Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading can be found in the description box or caption below. All right, let's dive on in. Taurus, we're going to start with looking at your recent past, current energy, and immediate future with oracle cards first to get the overall energy, and then I'll dive deeper into the reading with tarot as we progress. So let's first start here with your recent past energy. What have you guys been dealing with, Taurus? Take time to breathe out. Your life has been in this period of pause. And a lot of times those periods of pause can feel a whole lot like being stuck. But there's always a purpose for those periods of pause. You have prosperity lies ahead with work through your fears. So in this period of pause, and it doesn't mean that you were pausing your effort or your actions, more so just feeling like maybe even that you are putting in a lot of work and that you're showing up but not really seeing the results. In this period of pause, there was a lot of fear that really arose. Fear that you're never going to get to where you're trying to go. Fear that, your effort is in vain. Fear that, no matter how hard you try, you're never going to be able to be happy, abundant, love, successful, whatever, word kind of fits your situation. Which is natural and normal and part of pretty much any kind of process in life. There's always a period where it feels like things aren't working out despite our effort. And I feel like you've kind of been in the middle of that period. It doesn't mean that things aren't working out though. And I think that we really see that with this prosperity lies ahead card. So I'm going to dive in to your current energy here. I feel like you might still be in this period of pause. Current energy here for you, Taurus. Have faith in your dreams. Look at that. You're very close to achieving your goal and a fiery climax approaches. And it's funny because the underlying is this take time to breathe out card. And I wanted to put this back in just to see like where the pause kind of fits into all of this. And I will say like when it comes to creating the things that we deserve and desire, to, building something or improving our life in some way, usually there's this period where, you really feel like giving up, like throwing in the towel, like, again, like you're never going to get there, things of that nature. And that is where you typically see people either get to where they're trying to go or they abandon the path altogether. One of my favorite graphics, it's this line and it's like up, down, up. Okay. It's like, it's trending upwards, but there's a lot of dips throughout the way. And the way that it is portrayed is that, in the beginning, you see a lot of progress in your journey or in, some sort of, building something or moving forward with something. And then you hit a setback and it feels like it's not working out. Maybe even you take further steps back than you even were when you started. And it says this is where most people give up or where a lot of people give up. But then there's always more progress. You start to, you dig yourself out, you take steps forwards, you learn, you pick yourself back up. And then there's another dip. And that's where a lot more people give up. And then the same kind of things happens, more progress, even more progress than you saw before. And then there's typically, this one last dip where most people give up. And it's this period where, it just feels as if you are all of the fear that you're not going to get there, that things aren't going to happen for you, almost as if it's just being proven correct to you, as if it's just this validation of all of the things that you were afraid of. And that is where most people abandon the path altogether. But the trick is to understand that there's always this period where things, where you fight through that last bit of resistance to the thing that you're trying to create. And I feel like you're kind of in that right now, because I feel like you're so close to achieving, a goal or getting to where you want to go, but it just like, it doesn't look like it and it doesn't feel like it. So right now is definitely not a time to give up, not a time to abandon path, but a time to keep moving forward, to keep showing up and putting one foot in front of the other, even if it feels like things aren't working out. Because I do feel like you are closer to getting where you want to go and to being where you want to be than you even know right now. All right. What do we got for you here moving forward? Immediate future for Taurus here. What can Taurus expect moving forward? Whoa, 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 whoa. A new start is coming. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been working toward. Interesting. Okay, I love the way this is being portrayed. A new start is coming, and then you have nothing will come of this situation, but the underlying is it's time to take action. So here's the thing, and this kind of goes along with what I was saying, is it's almost like there's these two like options here, where it's, you find the success that you're looking for, the abundance that you've been trying to create, or you abandon path. Nothing comes of it because you give up on it. It's almost as if Spirit is saying that the only guarantee of you not getting to where you want to go is if you give up on the path of getting there. That is the only way you guarantee that you can't have the things that you desire or build to the life that you desire. And this is one of the most beautiful things about being a human, is that we do have the power to co-create. Our life is ours to create. It's ours to design, but we lose sense and connection to that power over time. And the more that we reconnect with that power and we realize that that power has always been there waiting for us, the more that we're able to show up in it and create the things that we do deserve and desire. So it kind of feels like Spirit is saying there is this new beginning that very much aligns with what it is that you deserve and desire, that's waiting for you, it's ready for you, but it is yours to claim. And there will be obstacles, there will be challenges, there will be moments where you want to give up, moments where you want to throw in the towel, moments where it feels like it's not happening. That is not a reflection of the universe showing you that you can't have the things that you deserve and desire. That is a reflection of you being given the opportunity to show up believing in your power to have the things that you deserve and desire, despite the fear and the doubt and the insecurity that is arising and being mirrored back to you. So I love this because it does feel like a reminder of your power, especially with this underlying being, it's time to take action. It's almost like it's up to you. And then underneath that, you do have, don't let the past hold you back. Don't let, your past dictate your future. Allow yourself to be a product of, what you're trying to create, not a product of what you've been through. And I think that this is a really important and really powerful reading for somebody. Because it does feel like you're being given an opportunity to show up for the life that you deserve, but it's not easy. Like I said, there are always it's moments of feeling like you failed, moments of feeling like the whole world is against you and nothing is working out for you. Like those moments aren't just possible, they're actually unavoidable. They're intentional. They're part of the journey and part of the process. Talk to any successful person and they'll tell you how many times that they've reached, certain points of failure or moments where it looked like they were failing. And I think that this is, a realization, like helping you come to this realization and this understanding that even if it feels like things aren't working out, it doesn't mean that they're not. It means that you're still in the middle of the journey to getting there. And whether or not you continue to show up for the journey is going to depend on whether or not you get to where you're trying to go. All right. Overall theme of this reading for Taurus. Grounded. Remaining grounded right now is important. And home. I love this. This home card is all about, to me, finding peace wherever you're at in your life. Finding a source or a sense of peace, a sense of security, a sense of, safety, if you will. no matter where you're at in your journey. The more that we can do our best to connect with the belief that we are being fully supported, fully guided, that everything is always working out for our highest good, the easier it is to flow through those moments where it feels like things aren't working out. And that is how we stay grounded. And that's how we don't allow our fear and our doubt and our insecurity to start being the driving force of our decision making. So, working on staying grounded in, certain truths for yourself, truths such as I am supported, I'm worthy, I'm capable of good, I'm capable of creating good things, I'm deserving of good things, it's my birthright to experience good things. The more that we can connect to those truths, the more that when the moments when that fear arises, we decide, okay, I'm not going to respond to this fear, I'm going to choose faith. And that's really the whole part of being a human being, is in each and every moment you're either choosing fear or you're choosing faith. And it's not about being perfect and choosing faith 100% of the time, but it's doing your best to lean into faith more than you lean into fear. All right, let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Let's get some details on what's going on here, looking at this past energy for you, Taurus. Yeah, so you've been investing in something, showing up for something. The Seven of Pentacles. So this is very much a one step, one moment at a time kind of thing. Eight of Cups in reverse. I feel like you've been investing and you're feeling a little bit hopeless about whether or not it's going to pay off, hopeless about whether or not you're going to get there. You need to understand that you're in the foundation building process. Four of Pentacles here. You're in the foundation building process. Talk about how like skyscrapers are built, right? Skyscrapers, seemingly, if you're just watching it, it's like it takes, you don't see anything happening. And then all of a sudden it just, they're thrown up really quickly. And the big reason is because most of the work is the underground. It's the foundation. It's what's happening below the surface. And when we're building anything, when we're creating anything in our life, what we don't realize is that we create the foundation that allows it to be sustainable. And a lot of what that foundation is our belief system. It's the more that we choose faith, the more that we choose to believe I'm worthy and deserving, the more that we keep showing up, the more that we watch ourselves be supported and guided. That creates this foundation within us where nobody can take away the things that you build, because you know that you've built them based on your worth and your deservingness and what's how supported and guided you are in the universe, by the universe. So I feel like understanding like the phase that you've been in, to you might not be seeing the outer progress, but the outer progress, that doesn't matter at this time, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. As you're building this foundation, as you're building, one step at a time, you're building something that can't be broken, that can't be, essentially taken from you or messed up by anything outside of you, because there's such a stable, strong foundation behind it. So, I think, again, understanding the phase of the process that you're in will really help you as you progress. Current energy here for you, Taurus. What are you needing to know right now? So it's understandable why you'd feel a little bit lost, why you'd feel a little bit hopeless. You're just wondering, why can't I get there? Why am I not seeing the results? Why is this person experiencing success and I'm not? I work just as hard. Or, why am I not capable of being able to experience all, the payoff of my hard work? I'm watching this person do it or whatever. And I brought up comparison a couple of times there too, making sure you're not comparing your journey to anybody else's, because it is your journey and your journey only. And to also understand that not every journey is the same, because, a lot of people aren't working on building that foundation. They build something quick and not based in, alignment. And then that thing that they build it's very easy to tear down. So I feel like this is understanding that the best things in life do take time, and they take time to take time and investment and commitment and loyalty. here. So I feel like your commitment to your path is the most important. What does Taurus need to know about their current energy? 10 of Cups in reverse. You have certain expectations. Knight of Swords, you're rushing results. You have certain expectations. You want to get there right now. You want to be there right now. And I get that. I do get that. But so much of life is understanding that the journey is the whole point. You know, the journey, the most important thing about life isn't what you build. And this sounds a little cliche, but it literally could not be more true. The most important thing isn't what you build. It's the person that you become in the process of building it. It's the person that, you know, the confidence that you gain, the faith that you gain, the knowledge and the growth that you encounter and that you receive. And I think that right now you're needing to put a little bit more, this is so much easier said than done, okay? But a little bit more faith and a little bit more understanding that the journey that you're on is the important part. Every single step of the way on this journey has been just as important as the result that you're trying to get to. The result is 100% possible for you, okay? The love that you deserve and desire, the success that you deserve and desire might always look like you think it will or like you want it to, but when you're looking for something in particular and you're looking to create something, when you're looking to receive something, that is absolutely possible, okay? Your goal, your job right now is to stay in your power. And when we stay in our power, we focus on what is in our power and what we can control. If we consistently give our power away by focusing on what we can't control, we're going to feel powerless. It's going to be easier to get frustrated and to get in our heads and to allow that fear to take over, right? So right now, if you're rushing, there's a need to slow down. There's a need to reconnect with the present moment. And that might not be what you want to hear, but I feel like it's absolutely necessary because the more that we rush, the more going back to what I said. Say that, they're building a skyscraper. If they rush the foundation, if they, cut corners and skip steps, sure, they'll be able to get it up faster, get the skyscraper up faster, but there is more of a possibility of that thing falling, right? And causing a lot of destruction. So you never want to rush the process, because if you rush the process, you might be missing the very thing that you're needing, the very point of the journey that you're needing to make sure that whenever, you get to where you're trying to go, that it doesn't crumble. So understanding that this point of the journey that you're on is just as important as the result. Staying in your power, you are closer than you think that you are. But this isn't about getting to the result faster, okay? It's about staying in alignment each and every step of the way. Like I said, talking about this home card, finding peace, finding abundance, finding security in where you're at right now. What is Taurus needing to know moving forward? I really like the way these future messages are portrayed. It's up to you whether or not you create what it is that that you're trying to create here. You have the Hangman. Oh, I love that. The Four of Wands. Okay, hang on. It's almost like the Four of Pentacles creates the Four of Wands. And then there's the Devil in reverse. The World here. Okay. This foundation that you're creating, that you're working on right now, is what's necessary to create this vision, right? This Four of Wands to me feels like a vision. It feels like something that you're looking at from a distance and you're saying, this is what I desire, this is what I want. Right now, your attachment to the outcome is the biggest thing getting in your way. One of my, favorite quotes is by Gabby Bernstein. She's a spiritual teacher. It is, in order to receive what you desire, you have to let go of what you think you need. And this is, I think, truly how we master the flow of our life, is we let go of what we think needs to happen. We let go of our timeline. We let go of our expectations. We let go of exactly what we think needs to happen and when, and we allow the universe to bring into our life what is meant for us. We allow our highest good to come to fruition. The more that we attach to an outcome, okay, the more that you think you need something to happen, the further away you are from receiving it, okay? And this isn't just like a tarot reading thing. This is like a life thing. The more we're attached to a specific outcome, the more that we say, I need this to happen to be happy, to be abundant, to be, loved, to be free, whatever, the further we are away from receiving it. Because we're saying in that moment, I need this outcome in order to be worthy, in order to be good enough, in order to be, to be living the life that I want, which means that our happiness will consistently be in the future. We're going to consistently be punting off our happiness to some time in the future. This has been a really big theme in general readings recently, like just kind of across the board. I feel like there is this need for a collective shift of waiting to be happy and to start embracing each and every step of the journey so that you can attract the very thing that you might be pushing away through the attachment. Detaching is difficult. It doesn't mean giving up, okay? It doesn't mean you're saying, oh, I give up on the journey. That's actually the very opposite. Detaching is saying, I am, doing what I can, I'm controlling what I can, and I trust so deeply that it's going to happen that I don't really care about all of the details. I don't care if this one thing works out or if this doesn't work out or if this doesn't happen like I think, because I know that each thing that doesn't work out is only leading me to the next thing that will. When we get to that place, we are the master of our journey and we stop allowing our attachment and our control to get in the way. So you are closer than you think, but there is there's a need to tweak a little bit of your approach to this. But I really like this because this feels like what it is you've been working toward. Okay, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been putting in energy for. But I do feel that, like I said, there is a little bit of a need to tweak your approach so that you don't get in your own way in the process. Right? We don't want to rush the foundation. The foundation is necessary for the results to be sustainable, but we also have to understand that the results are going to come in divine time. We have to trust the divine timing of our life, and we have to trust that divine timing is happening for a reason. All right, Taurus, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into this, ultimately looking at what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So diving into the messages, looking at that tangible advice, and then I've got an advice card to pull for you at the end. Any information on that extended is in the caption or description box below. Thank you so much, Taurus, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today, and I'm wishing you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.